Here we have for sale our 2017 on a 67 plate Vauxhall Vivaro Sportive. This is the 2900, that means it's got a 2900 kilogram gross vehicle weight, 2.9 tons. It's the 1.6 CDTI bi-turbo 120 brake horsepower model, and it is the L2 long wheelbase, as you can see from that little panel just there, and of course with the low roof. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Vauxhall Vivaro Sportive of this age, and we'll also talk you through a little bit about the condition, etc. as well of this particular vehicle. First thing to note, there is no VAT to pay on this particular van. You've probably seen that in the title of the advert, whichever website you may be viewing this on, but there is no VAT to be added to this. The reason for that, we actually previously supplied this vehicle. The person that it was supplied to was not VAT registered, therefore we cannot pay them VAT, and we cannot charge VAT on something we haven't paid VAT on. So, big opportunity for anyone who's not VAT registered. We don't get many of these with no VAT to pay. So, starting at the rear of the vehicle, we can see we've got the rear barn doors. What I mean by that are two doors which open like so. On a Vivaro, you get colour-coded bumpers and mirrors. So you've got a colour-coded rear bumper, and we have got integrated rear parking sensors in there. Just a note on condition, a couple of small little touch-ins there, a couple of small little marks on the rear bumper, I guess as to be expected on the load. So, you know, it's a high traffic area for any van, the rear bumper, so it's not uncommon to see that. If we open up the rear barn doors, we can have a look in the back here. When you open the doors, if you pull on this handle just here, you can then open the door up to its 180 degree position like so, and that gives you maximum accessibility into the back. You can do exactly the same with the other door, or alternatively you can just leave it there locked in place at 90 degrees. Looking in the back, you can see that the van is fully ply lined. You get that extra load length, of course, being the long wheelbase. The long wheelbase element of it is all extra load length. The cab is exactly the same. It's all extra load length in the back. But the ply lining, of course, is designed to protect the van, protect it from any outward dents. Of course, it is used, but all in all, it doesn't look like this van has had a hard life by any stretch of the imagination. Previous owner of this, people that we sold it to, I believe they're in the window industry. So, as I say, certainly not a particularly hard trade. You can see that we've got plenty of tie-down points here around the vehicle, and we've also got the factory fitted bulkhead as well, which is just bolted in around the outside, so you can take that out if you wanted to. And we've got the load through hatch there, which I'll show you in a second when we go round to the passenger side. But again, just taking in the condition here of the vehicle, looking down the passenger side, it's all in very, very nice order, to be honest with you, in very much the same condition as when we previously sold it. Credit to them, they've, as I say, certainly looked after it in their ownership. The other thing you get on a Sportive, you get these trims here at the bottom of the door. You get all of those colour-coded. As I say, you get colour-coded wing mirrors, colour-coded front bumper, front fog lights, and you also get these very nice daytime running lights, these sort of eyebrow daytime running lights there. You get those, which I'm not sure if the camera's really picking that up, but certainly in lower light, that really does look the business. If we open up the side loading door, then we can have a look here at another aspect at the load area. And again, of course, again, it is in used condition, but I would say it is in good used condition. Looking at the factory fitted bulkhead, certainly not battered by any stretch of the imagination. And I say we've got this hatch here, little handle just on that. Pull that up, and it clips onto the bulkhead there via a magnet. And we've got a little emergency triangle there for someone if they wanted that. But yeah, when you load through there, you can actually load right under the passenger seats. And if I show you here in the cab, turn the radio down a touch. If you pull on this handle here, you can flip that up. And then, there's another red tab just here. If you pull on that, you can then load all the way, minding the emergency triangle of course, you can load all the way right into the passenger footwell. And I think that is an ingenious design, something that I think really sets it apart from its rivals, and it gives you incredible load length. On a long wheelbase van like this, it's something like 4 meters, which is incredible considering to usually get 4 meters in a van, you'd need to be looking at something like a long wheelbase Sprinter. So it's, as I say, a very, very interesting design, and as I say, something that I'm certainly a big fan of myself. Looking here in the cab, looking at the condition, seats are all in very good order, no rips, tears, cigarette burns, anything like that, all very good there. You can also lift up the middle seat, and so you can get access then to that load under there. And you've got a little handle here on the side. If I pull on that, not sure if I can do this with one hand. There we go. Oh, sorry. I will get there in a second, I'm sure. There we go, with one hand. Bit more difficult with one hand, holding the camera at the same time. But you can fold that seat down there, and that gives you an extra cup holder. That's actually a removable clipboard and somewhere to store some cards as well. Sorry that took me so long. Again, looking at the condition, all very, very good. Door card, all very good. Passenger step there, floor, all in good order. Slight mark there on the glove box, but I say as to be expected. Continue to go around the vehicle. This being a 67 plate, it is Euro 6, which means it has got AdBlue, of course, and you can take this into the ultra-low emission zone areas such as central London without having to pay the congestion charge, or the ultra-low emissions zone charge, I should say, relating to that area. Again, I think the colour-coded elements like the bumpers, the side mouldings, the mirrors, I think it really sets it off. So accompany that then with the daytime running lights as well. I think that's a good looking van. You get wheel trims on a Sportive as standard, and if we open up the driver's door we can have a look at some of the spec that you get in here. So you got adjustability on the driver's seats, you've got height adjustability there, you've also got electric windows, electric mirrors. You can see we've got 2 full remote keys with this particular vehicle. You've got radio controls here behind the steering wheel. On the end of the stalk here, these are buttons for the onboard computer, so you can go through your miles per gallon, your range, etc. And that little computer is just up there above the speedo, and you can see there's 60,563 miles. The vehicle is running at the moment, so it's idling correctly. There's no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard, all as it should be. Nice stitched leather multifunctioning steering wheel, and this is where you've got your cruise control settings on there as well. There is a button here on the dashboard. You need to press on that first, and that enables the cruise control there. Not sure if you can read that on the screen at the top, but that's how you enable your cruise control, or the other option is a speed limiter. Air conditioning also comes as standard, and this is the radio that you get as standard as well. You've got a USB port down here, so you can plug your phone in, and a AUX port on the other side as well, and you can also of course connect via Bluetooth. 12 volt socket just there, and you get a nice little cup holder just down there as well. 6-speed manual gearbox to go along with a 120 brake horsepower engine, and you get a driver's armrest as well. As I mentioned, we actually previously supplied this vehicle, so we serviced it previously, and it will again be going through our workshop for a check over before it leaves us. If there's any less than a 6-month MOT on it, we'll put a new MOT on as well. So, but that is a good, clean, reliable workhorse of a vehicle, and no VAT to pay, which is the crucial bit. So big opportunity for anyone who is not VAT registered. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed there. We can arrange finance at very competitive rates, starting as low as 7.9% APR, and we can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well. We'd love to hear from you. Any questions you have about this van or any other van that we may have. I love talking about vans, as you may be able to tell, of 9 minutes of constant talking about vans. I'd love to hear from you, or if you'd like to inquire about buying this vehicle, we can arrange delivery as well. So thank you very much for watching.